let's go to funding pips, and I'm going to show you some challenges that have consistency rule and some that don't have, and how you can trade with the consistency rule and still get payout. So if you come here to funding pips, you have the funding pips account. I trade a two-step. All right, I trade a two-step. So one thing you have to know is, if you don't want the consistency at all, look for the challenge that doesn't have the consistency. Their live chat is right there. Their frequently asked questions are right there. You can be able to just look for the challenge that doesn't have the consistency. For example, you have the two-step right here, which is what I trade. The reason why I trade the two-step is because it gives me room for error. All right, even though the targets are really bigger, but it gives me room for error. That's why I trade the two-step. So come here, I go to the two-step. I select what? I select funding pips, not the funding pips pro, because the funding pips pro has consistency. So if you're someone you don't want consistency at all, select funding pips, not the funding pips pro, and then you select 8%, select the select method trader file. Then I check out. This is where you put the coupon code where I told you guys, go off, click on apply, and 20% is going to be deducted from the total amount you're going to be paying. Now that's someone who doesn't want a consistency rule at all. But if you're not interested, because this one, since it doesn't have the consistency rule, the targets are a little bit higher. Instead of making 6% in phase 1 and 6% in phase 2, as opposed to the funding pips pro, on just the funding pips without a pro, you need to make 8% in phase 1 and 5% in phase 2. So if you're someone that you don't want to make 8% in phase 1, you just want to make 6%, then you need to take this one, which comes with that cost, which is the consistency rule. And I think the consistency rule here is 40% or 30% or so.